Hello students, today I am going to teach the topic business in cloud computing using data center. So let's proceed this business cloud computing using data center. As data centers contain important computing resources, so there is a need to carefully select both the facility and the personnel that can maintain the data center 24 by 7. The functions of a data center demands a facility that support a high number of server resources and network infrastructure. So, based on the criticality of data center and its need to be accessible and functional, there are some key areas that the facility should be able to address or focus, like an power and cooling capacity, cabling system, safety systems, temperature controls, access and surveillance system, as well as rack space and race floor. Now, when any organization encounters a growth, they frequently wind up needing extra storage for their information. The IT needs vary for every company, whether it's including extra applications for email, streaming, or other basic applications. Organization must make the decision to rent a server farm space or assemble in an in-house infrastructure. Now, these are the some criticality factors where every data center need to focus. And accordingly, as per this factor, every data center's tier standards are also dependent, as there are four types of tier standards present in any data center. That is a tier 1 standard, then tier 2 standard, then tier 3 standard, as well as tier 4 standard. And as we go with an higher standard of an data center, where all these facilities are on a top level, where there is not a single mistake in these all facilities which are the part of the data center, because as the standards are given on base of the services provided by data center within a cloud service provider, or which is a part of cloud computing environment. As these are the important facets or important issues where every data center has to look out for their growth, or any enterprises who have started their data center as well as cloud service providers in the cloud computing market. As we know, power and cooling capacity, every data center should consist of good HVAC system with providing good power unit, which is a internal part of that data center. With this, every data center should be focused on the well designed standardized infrastructure with the help of networking infrastructure, which covers cabling systems and all, as well as every data center design need to follow the safetiness for that system. With this, there should be proper cracking system for temperature control. And for the access and surveillance system point of view, a good devices should be installed within a data center as well as data center environment. So every activity should be properly monitored which is happening within the data center total environment, as well as rack space as well as race floor. These are the important parts where data center need to focus, as how data centers are keeping this rack within their infrastructure, as well as how they are keeping different computing resources, whether it's on servers, frameworks, then different kinds of routers, different kinds of switches, different kinds of storage subsystem. So it is totally depends on what kind of rack structure and race floor structure that organization implementing within their data center. So these are the certain kinds of, we can say, facilities which are a part of the data center. So on a base of this facility, any data center organization will start their business in the market. And how it is possible? As on the base of this facility, they come up with different types of data center, like an a business cloud computing using a data center which consists of in-house type of data center, co-location types of facilities, managed hosting kind of facilities, then dedicated hosting kind of facility, as well as shared hosting kind of facility. Now let's talk about the every types of facilities so that this data center organization can do a proper business in this cloud computing scenario. As in this in-house data center, this is a data center facility owned by the large organization. Such a facility is generally considered by large enterprises and businesses that are into technology. The in-house facility is designed, set up, operated and maintained by organization itself. Managing an in-house data center can be quite expensive considering the cost associated with purchasing, maintaining and upgrading the equipment. Therefore, the capabilities of an in-house data center are driven by the investment that the organization is ready to make. If you want to look out such organization who are doing proper business in this cloud computing market, so this is one of the name as a Facebook. So Facebook is going to adopted a in-house data center. Like the Facebook, there are number of associations like in Microsoft is there, Amazon is there, those who are running their own data center. On base of this data center, they are a good standard cloud service provider in this today's market, and they are doing their business good in current scenario as well as situation. Now let's talk about another facility, that is a co-location facility type of data center. How they are doing well business in this market. So co-location refers to the placing multiple entities within a single location. A co-location is a data center facility which a business can rent. The co-location facility provides retail customer equipment, space and bandwidth on a rent. Multiple organizations can share these facilities. Such multi-tenant facility provides space and equipment by rack, cabinet and cage. This facility provides the benefits in terms of cost and effort reduction to maintain an in-house data center. Co-location facility is popular among small and mid-sized organizations as it allows them to focus their investment on their core business rather than in data center maintenance. Another key advantages is the increased flexibility and scalability that a co-location data center facility can be provided. Now let's have example of the enterprises who are doing good business with the help of this co-location facility. As NTT Communication Corporation is one of the example of that company that provide data center facilities with co-location solution. In this scenario, only you need to rent your computing resources or different resources in terms of servers and all within a existed data center. Now let's talk about the another facility type, that is an dedicated hosting. Now in this type of data center facility, in which the customer takes an entire server on a rent and does not share it with other customers. So it is a single tenant model where the customer has full control over the server. In a co-location, the customer purchases their own server hardware and software licenses and then places them in a data center with the dedicated hosting, customers can get server completely devoted to their online application. In this case, the customer do not own the hardware that they rent it, since the organization has full control over the server. A dedicated hosting facility is more flexible than a colocation solution. However, some providers can add amenity services such as a remote hands and reboot servers to upgrade the software. So this is happening with one of the dedicated hosting, which is also doing good business in the market of cloud computing environment. With this, we have one more category, that is a type of facilities, that is called as a management hosting or managed hosting. With the help of this, number of enterprises are doing good business in the market of cloud computing, as this is a type of data center facility in which service provider not only operates the servers and storage but also offer administrative and engineering services. Some of the common services like an database administration, managed security services, operating system administration, then application management services, as well as remote management services. So under this managed hosting, the provider owns hardware equipment in the data center, and the customer has full control over their operating system and applications running on the server. Such a segregations provide a balance of ownership, security, scalability. In some cases, the customer may also own the hardware devices used in the data center also. So this is one kind of opportunity. With the help of managed hosting, an enterprise can do the well business. Now with this, there is one more type of the facility, that is a shared hosting facility, and nowadays this is a more become very much popular and which are doing a good business in the cloud computing scenario, as this type of the data center facility in which the customer share the server capacity. Such a facility is quite economical for a customer, since the server maintenance cost spans across multiple customers. This is generally the most economical option for hosting, as the overall cost of server maintenance is utilized over many customers. Typically, a standard web server works fine with a shared web hosting services. Though these types of facility is cheaper, it has huge limit. Further, the reliability depends on the reliability features that provided has been enforced. There are different companies exist in a market who are going business with the help of this shared hosting. Some of are like that. GoDaddy is one of the network-based solutions, as well as we know different kinds of Microsoft-based cloud service provider who are also going to use a shared types of hosting, as well as there is a Rackspace is one of the organization who are also doing the shared hosting kind of work. So these are certain businesses. So finally, if I summarize, the key types of data center facilities include in-house co-location, dedicated hosting, managed hosting, and shared hosting. A data center in an enterprise environment typically hosts enterprise level application. In a service provider environment, the service provider offers computing infrastructure and or administrative engineering services to the customer. So these are the various ways through which every cloud service provider are doing the business with the help of this data center, which is a backbone for their whole system. As number of organization, they have implemented their applications, their business process with the help of different cloud service provider, and for that purpose they are going to use these different types of facility, whether it's an in-house, co-location, dedicated, or shared hosting, and they are implemented their applications also. So they are properly booming in this market and doing a well business in the environment of cloud computing. So there is a great relationship between these two things. Thank you.